Welcome back to Modern Homestead, Alaska. Wait. Oh, is that better? Welcome back to 1080. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Aaron.
In today's video, we are going to finish this fantastic surround around our basement fireplace.
And I'm also going to smoke a pork butt in 10 inches of fresh snow.
The dogs have a fantastic play date in that same snow.
And it got so cold that boiling water will freeze in midair.
And all of that is happening right now on Modern Homestead, Alaska. Let's get into it. We're getting started right now installing the metal heat shield around this Blaze King that's in our basement. Each and every piece of the metal that you will see was custom rolled to a dimension to fit our surround here. Each wall is slightly different than the rest, but there should be very little cutting that Aaron and I have to do, and the tops and the bottoms, those of course have to get cut and screwed in, but the rest of it should just kind of snap together. So let's get to it.
So we're starting on the top and the bottom of the J channel, which looks like this. You can see the shape of it. That's why it's called what it is. The other ones are going to slide inside of here, and then they're on the top and on the bottom of the thing. That's what's going to help lock them into place.
Almost.
Here. Push it, open.
I'm good. I'm in. Literally going in. Here, let me.
That bottom needs it. There, girl.
Why are you being a pain in the neck? Was originally in there.
Hold still, hold still.
Shove on that a little.
Huh? Careful.
Alright. Pushing that in. Wow! I could not believe that went. Okay, we're good.
Hey, good morning. We woke up today to about another 9 inches of snow outside, and so the good thing about that is it's a little warmer than normal. We're not in the negatives. But we're gonna make a pulled pork tacos tonight for Sunday night dinner, and we're gonna make this pulled pork, this pork butt. We're gonna make it a Mexican style, and it comes out really good. We're using Meat Church's recipe for Mexican style. We follow that, or follow me along the way, and we'll have a good dinner. All right, so now we got a good binder on there. We just used yellow mustard. Don't worry, mustard will not, you will not taste it in the meat at all. It's just all it's doing is acting as a binder to keep the seasoning stuck to it. That wasn't the greatest idea I've ever had. Was it blue?
You love the snow. We got so much snow this round. Everything is gone. There is a four-wheeler right there underneath. I mean, look at the roofs and the tractor. Everything is completely buried. That's a snow sled. A snow machine right there. Holy cow. Look at Blue. How deep is it, Pumpkin? This is just last night. Almost 9 inches.
9 inches.
Holy cow. And then 11 the other day.
Used to be a boat right there. Hey!
Beaches! Even the bottom of the gate is very... Hi, Pumpkin! Beautiful girl. Oh, Pete.
This is perfect grilling weather up here, man. Flip-flops and 10 inches of snow. All right, so we're gonna open this up. I got the charcoals down there, and I'd like to put in an onion. I just quarter it up and put it right on top of the hot coals. That gives it a smell and a taste too to this pulled pork that I really like. All right, today I'm gonna use some apple wood for the smoke. Really like it, goes really well with pork. Okay, then put the grate in. Then we're gonna put in the feast here. Looking great. Perfect. This is my airflow. Pieces of rebar. Make sure the lid's closed. So we're gonna go probably about 3 or 4 hours right now and let it get up to about mid-temp, about 165, 170, and then we're gonna bring you inside and show you the next step of this the process. But eventually we're going to take this thing all the way up to about 200 degrees, and it's going to be probably around a 6 to 8 hour smoke. Smoke temp, I'm going to be running about 250, 275. So this smoker is not like your Traegers and stuff where you just set the temp and let it go. Out here in this colder weather, charcoal's being it, you got to play with it, you got to mess around with it. You got to check the airflows a little different ways to make sure we can keep up the temp. When the colder it gets, a little harder to keep it up at the temp I want it to be at. But this pit barrel, I've started with it. I really like it. I like the uniqueness of it. I like the taste of the charcoal. So it's been a great little machine. So yeah, it's nice. I think it said 18 degrees. It's feeling good. So we're about 4 hours in, and we're about the 170 mark. We gotta pull this off and start the next phase of it, which we'll take you inside and show it to you. Go on this, pull it off, nice and warm.
Did you steal it off of the grill?
We got it inside. We got the 170 degrees internal temperature out there on the smoker. This thing is looking absolutely gorgeous. We should have used this hot sauce, Cholula hot sauce, as the binder at the beginning. It's been a while since I've made it, and I spaced that part out, but this also includes in the second part. So even if you use it as the binder, you're still going to want to use it in this phase as well. Okay, so we're going to put a lot of this hot sauce in here, and you don't have to worry. It's not going to make it super hot. It's just really not. Okay. Next, we're gonna go in there with a little bit more seasoning as well, right? Remember, this is Meat Church's Dia de la Fajita seasoning. It's really good for this. And also he uses a lot of butter as well, and it gives it richness. It is good stuff. And that is it. So what we've done is we added some chicken broth. We put some more seasoning on it. We put some hot sauce on it and some butter. And now we're gonna cover it up with some tin foil, get it back on the smoker and let it finish up to temp at 202 degrees or so, right around in there. Let's get our meat probe back right in the middle or so. Okay.
All right, so to go with the pulled pork tacos, I am just going to do some coleslaw. I went ahead and did a little bit of pineapple salsa. That's just some pineapple, some jalapeno, some salt, some onion, so on. But I'm going to make spicy cold slaw. And so I'm gonna throw a little jalapeno on the bottom. What I have going on here, because it's not like a whole side dish, is I have some leftover onions from the last couple of days. So I've been trying to use these up. So I'm gonna do some onion, jalapeno, mayo, and a little bit of vinegar. Aaron's spraying some wood in behind me. So a little bit of mayo, not too much. And then I get my apple cider vinegar actually from Azure in a 5-gallon bucket. And I just put it in this leftover vinegar jar from Kirkland. Some salt and some fresh black pepper. So the cabbage. Big old bowl of coleslaw. How many tacos do you want? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah. Bone comes out nice and clean like that. Know it's right.
Lou found it.
Mix it back up.
It's good to go?
Good to go.
Let's eat.
Delicious. My mouth is watering.
Onion?
A little.
Okay. Serrano? Jalapeno salsa? Or pineapple salsa?
Sure.
Tell us if it's any good.
ASMR.
So Aaron and I are doing Whole30, so we do cauliflower rice and then meat and everything we can have except for the corn tortillas and the beans.
And cheese.
And cheese. And sour cream.
Everything.
Mostly we can have everything else. Explain to you guys a little bit of how this system works. So each panel actually slides into the next panel, and we call these mesa panels. And in our upstairs kitchen, they run this direction, so they slide down into the next one as opposed to side to side. What would have happened is this is a 14-foot long wall, to give you some dimensions and understanding, and they cannot roll the steel at that dimension. So it would have seams in it. Those seams would kind of bubble a little running this direction, and it just wouldn't look fantastic. However, running them up and down like we did here, we can slide each one into each other, and we don't have any seams with the panels connecting together. The only places that we do have seams is on the top trim and the bottom trim. Everything else is long enough to span the distance. So what happens is the back side is this gray color, and then the front side is painted to look like rust. This is not actually rusted metal. And then each piece slides in together. We use a very specific screw head called a pan head. So what you see here on this screw head is it is rounded. Let me get you in there. That's a round screw head, and what happens with the rounded head is or flat head that's round like that, is it allows the next piece to slide over it without getting caught on it. An issue we're gonna have, we had to go get a different screw for, is down here we have concrete. Can you see that? That's gonna take a specific screw called a Tapcon screw. So those, whether that's a brand or whatever the case is, those are specifically for concrete. So we are going to have to do that piece with a different kind of screw and do the best that we can with that.
Can you flash that light right here?
Oh. Use the
Nice.
camera light.
Yeah.
Oh. You just saw us lay out right here on this piece of metal where the outlet's going to go. Now, generally, when we deal with all steel, we put where all of the outlets and things are. Erin and I moved the outlet around just a little bit, and now it's fallen on a seam. The best thing you can do for yourself if you have something like this built is let them know where everything is exactly, and they'll adjust the pieces of metal that go there so that you're not falling on a seam. But this can happen to anyone. They would have taken care of this had we not moved things around. The way we're going to cut it, grinder, drill bits, kind of similar to what you would do with anything else like wood or drywall. However, they're specifically made for metal. There we go. There we go. Outside.
Let's do that.
There we go. Ah! Woo! You did it. That went right. That did not go right in. However, that went right in when we got to the chimney. Christmas! That was ugly. Oh, that works super nice. What is that called?
A step bit.
Step bit. My little metal worker.
See how it's a step with each one of them.
A bunch of you asked what Aaron does for a living. He does structural repair. But what was your line of profession that led into everything?
Welder.
Welder. Aaron is a welder by trade for those of you that were curious. While Aaron continues on the metal, he has been cutting and grinding and all of the things. I already have one of the mantles done, and I wanted to show you a little bit of how we do these exposed live edge mantles. Believe it or not, the front of this is just super nasty, dirty, and then the rest of it's got pencil marks all over it. You're going to get splinters off of it, the whole 9 yards. So I'm gonna sand it up, and I'm gonna clean up the front side that had bark on it and get all of this dirt and gunk off. In the sanding section, they have these little bristly brushes, and I just go along, and the amount of dirt comes off is amazing. So what I'm trying to work on first is like anything that would leave like splinters and so on in your hand. So we just start with 80 grit. So I started at 80, went 120. The higher the number, the smoother the sandpaper. So I did 3 steps sanding. Aaron's moving a light around. We have these temporary lights down here that they're not perfectly placed, but they do help in these situations. But I'm going to just use a microfiber cloth and wipe up the piece of wood, get as much dust and dirt as I can off. You can have it. I'm done with everything. That's just the vacuum. Yep, you can have that. So using a microfiber cloth, I clean up the piece of wood as best that I can, and then I'm just gonna oil it. There is no perfection going on here because that would destroy the rustic nature of what we're doing. They don't want to get splinters, and I don't want things chipping and falling off of it. So that's why we sanded it. Now we have a great surface for the top. But even where this saw cut is on the side, I just kind of sand around it and leave it and let it be what it is naturally. Pull the other string, pull the string. Nice. And let there be light.
Somewhere now.
Yeah, I think it's good. What you want to do when you finish is get yourself an Aaron. Just gonna pop this on the wall. I just put some Gorilla Glue that does metal and wood on so that this is now permanent. There you go. And this wall is finished. We just have to glue on this one. Oh my gosh! We're officially finished on this wall, so Aaron and I are going to light a fire. We've been really fortunate that the temperatures have been nice, and by nice it's like 18 degrees outside. But because the house is spray foamed, it really holds the heat for a long time. We let this go out last night, but while we finish the other walls, no problem. We will get this heat going again. We've been able to work down here in it all day. Aaron's in a t-shirt, so clearly we have not let our house freeze. But let's get this fire started. This wall's done. 3 more walls to go.
Bird.
Let's go.
What?
Get the dogs.
You have a little bit more help than you need.
Help!
There you go. Got him.
Oh, they mugged me. Mugged me. No.
Something. That's it. She's done. 1 bottle.
Grab that bottom, please.
Yep. I'm in.
Go right to the line.
I'm on the line. do think this surround turned out absolutely fantastic. To cover a couple of questions you might have, when are we going to finish the basement? Well, that will have to come after we build walls and do electrical. So needless to say, the whole basement will not be finished this winter. Moving on, we do have a plan at the bottom of the wall here. When we do the floor, it will be elevated a little bit, and that is why the wall doesn't come completely down to the concrete. We didn't want it to do that. Moving forward, we think it is fantastic, and it is setting the tone for how the whole basement is going to end up coming together, and I honestly couldn't be more happy. If you're interested in projects like this, we do still have another stove that we need to tackle, and that will be coming up in upcoming videos. But thank you to All Steel for the steel and this surround. We really appreciate you.
Well, thanks for following us today. That concludes our video.
And if you would like to see more of our adventures here on the homestead and in Alaska, you can hit that subscribe button. If you ring the bell, you get notifications. If you're interested in helping the channel out, you can do that by sharing the videos. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Thanks.
Bye.